It's
ん。
all また今週も始まりますね。ちょっ
I
とま
just
だ
need
there's a
to
lot.
double check.
Yeah, the YouTube.
よっ。
映ってるかな最初がちょっとね。We have to wait a little bit. お
Okay.
だ
Yay! And we could hear you talking.
Yeah, sorry. これで大丈夫かな
これで大丈夫です。
よかった。じゃあ始められますかね。
だんだん慣れてきたね。
Finally.
Yay, okay. Eventually, I'll be able to look at your face when we're talking.
そうだ
I'll
ね。
just
That's
like,
cool.
yeah. Just eventually. Everything is eventually. Hello, welcome, welcome. Hi.
Thank you for joining.
Guys for joining. Oh, there's some people who joined in at 10:30.
そう。早い。
30 minutes early.
Oh,
Hello, welcome.
my shirt. It's うるせえやつら。ラムちゃん。The classic listen flavor.
Oh.
Oh, my friend Trisha is here. Trisha Isabella. Thank you for coming, Trisha.
Hello.
すごいみんな元気だね。Patrick says, hello, hope you all both are doing very good. Yes, we are doing very good.
Yes.
リンリンはね、in Japan, it's still morning time. だからちょっとまだ早いか ?11 a.m. right now?
It's 11 a.m. Yeah. Not
Yeah,
bad.
so LA は
Hello,
7 p.m.
hello. Welcome. So, what's new with you?
そうですね。まあ、obviously, the biggest change since last week is my bangs.
I saw your tweet.
Yes, I was cleaning my bangs while watching Uma Musume's up story. Accidentally, I cut one part very, very short. And I'm like, oh my god, I cut my bangs so short. So I had to like make it even. だからちょっと overall it got shorter. So I hope it grows soon.
Oh my gosh. Do you always cut your own bangs?
Sometimes. Hey, you don't cut your own bangs? You always go to...
I do. But I always go in very, very tiny increments. But how did you cut it while... I don't know. do you do all the layers at once? Because I always do it like one layer at a time. So I split my bangs into like at least 3 or 4 layers.
すごい。I'm just like so lazy. だから、do you know the scissors じゃなくて、カッターみたいな。How do I say that in English? Do you know the thing I'm talking about?
Are those the comb shears or something?
こうじゃなくて、it looks like cutter. It has blades on both sides. こっちで買ったら、なんか smaller blades. And then this side is like blade or something. You can get it from Daiso. で、これやると...
Oh, you use like a comb and then you like...
Yeah, it looks like a comb. でも it's blades. そう、それでこうやってやったら思いっきりガンって。The whole chunk of my bangs.
すごい勇気あるね。
悲しかった。I was so sad because I was doing it little by little. So all my like bangs were なんかもう本当にちょっとずつ little by little カットだったのに only for こっちか this side もうまとまった。It's like a chunk of the longest bangs.
Oh my gosh. How could you were watching Uma Musume?
Yeah.
Wow, you're getting super obsessed with Uma Musume.
でも、リンリン, welcome to the world of Uma Musume.
I know, right? Oh shoot, yeah. I ran out of things to do in Genshin because like now it's gotten to the point where I just log in and I just do my dailies and it's like 10 to 15 minutes if I'm really quick, and then there's nothing else to do. And then so yeah, I thought I'd see what the hype is all about because I saw a couple of my friends playing Uma Musume, so I downloaded it. And you're right, it's so hard. It's like a lot of strategy going on. It's like even if you do everything right, it's all down to luck.
Yes, because it's horse racing. It's all about luck.
Yeah, it's all down to luck, and then it's also down to like the weather conditions, the horse's temperament, if they're feeling good or not, and if they're tired or not. It's like even if you built all their stats really well, it's so hard. I don't know. I can't even get to the finals.
Oh, the URA finals?
I think I got to the URA finals like one time, and then and then I failed.
Also, you didn't get the championship.
No, I didn't. I think I came in 5th, and then they only let you do it once for that one, I think.
I think you can continue 3 times by using the alarm.
Oh, I don't know. I've used the alarm before in that sequence, so yeah, it didn't give me that option. But yeah. Paula says, I'm from Germany and here it's 4 a.m. and I'm watching this as I'm getting ready. What are you getting ready for? Why are you up at 4 a.m.? What's going on? What's at 4 a.m.?
Yeah, 4 a.m. at that.
Nah.
Early. Yeah. 11 a.m. I'll eat you awake. 5th stream set. Mari-san said, RinRin and Risa-san, hello.
Hello. Yeah, so also Uma Musume is also such a new style of gaming. I actually don't really play app games a lot, so it was a big learning curve.
It was definitely different from the other apps that I usually play. At first I was surprised that it's not the sideway. Because usually the app I play is sideway, like this way, not this way. So that's the first thing that I was surprised at. And
when you say this way, that way, I have to look to the side because I have no idea what you're saying.
And then horizontal.
I can't help it. I have to look at you at real time or else I'm looking at you lagging. Here. Yeah, gomen. My setup is still not streamlined. So you guys, if you see me looking to the side, it's because I'm looking at our actual Zoom call. If I'm looking down here, I'm looking at your comments and a lagged version of me and Risa. Eventually my live streaming setup would be a lot better, but bear with us. Oh my gosh.
Trisha, arigato. Trisha said, I love the bangs, Risa. Thank you, Trisha.
Yeah, I feel like you can pull it off. The whole like showing off your eyebrows. My
it doesn't look
too
weird.
long too. I need to cut them. But I would never watch things while cutting my bangs. You're like very risky.
So
I'll probably listen to something.
But not watching.
Yeah, so you were watching Uma Musume the anime?
No, the app story. Because there's story on the app. Like main story and then sub-host story.
Oh wait, I thought you said you were watching the anime.
I finished it.
Oh.
I wonder if anyone else is also playing Uma Musume, Horse Girls here.
Is it in English?
Nah, only the Japanese version.
だよね.
So that's why it might be kind of hurts on the song.
Nah, seriously, it's so weird to me that you have an option to fast forward all through the dialogue. To me, that makes no sense because you would think that the game would be focused on like the whole story and dialogue portion, but because it's set up that you have to run through the same days over and over and over again. So I get it why they fast forward it, but it's also like why is there so much dialogue then?
So I think most people just like skip the whole dialogues because it's gonna take all day if you
Yeah,
wanna
it's
read.
like a lot of dialogue.
Yeah. だから最初, when I first started the app, I just used to skip everything. But just because I already trained all the girls several times, I didn't know what else to do. So I just started reading all the dialogues
Oh
for
my
every girl,
gosh.
every horse
Oh
girl.
my
So
gosh.
I know about that. Yeah.
By the way, somebody in the comments said, Jamie says, Rin, did you see that the Hime hairstyle was trending yesterday on Twitter? Was it?
Yeah, I saw that on the US trend. It was on
Why?
trend.
What's going on?
I didn't read the article, so I don't know why it was trending.
Yeah. No, I didn't see it.
アメリカのでトレンディングしてたよ、ツイッターで。
なんで？
わかんない。
新しくないんでしょう。my hime cut is like really messed up now because it's just like I don't even know what happened today. I woke up and I did not hair iron my side bangs. So I don't know if you can see my hime cut.
なんか it's because Prada, the brand, the Prada collection のファッションショーで、
姫カット使ったの。
姫 haircut. It became viral, I think. I might be wrong. Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, somebody let us know.
なんかそのアーティクル
It's a new haircut. Oh my gosh.
日本では in Japan it's not new. I don't know about here. I don't think it's common in America though.
That's so funny.
Oh.
It's new?
Livestream says apparently it's getting
and they
hotter.
Were debating about the origin. Okay.
I don't know where it started though. I know we have this in Japan, but I don't know if it's recently from Japan.
Yeah, I thought it was from like Heian Jidai.
そっか、もう本当に ancient time.
Yeah. Hey, now I'm curious. Sorry, I'm just like looking at it on my phone now.
でも姫カット for Lolita とか。
ね、よく使うよね。
The side hairs like this.
Oh my gosh. Literally 3 days ago, how the Hime haircut took over the internet in 2021. By W Magazine. Oh, かけ狂いとか、そのアニメがね。I know it's like trending on TikTok at least.
ね。
Oh, I see the fashion show.
Right.
But how is this new? I don't know. Maybe it's just cause like I see mine every day. So.
I mean, definitely this is not something new for you, but I guess some people discovered it for the first time 3 days ago.
Nah. That's so weird.
トレンド入りするってすごいよね。わざわざ。ツイッターで。
すごい. I have no idea. What?
What did you find out?
They said that.
何
Many of the cast in Prada Spring 2021, the first-time model sported the hime cut, which is an extreme version of a mullet.
Mullet なの?
What?
How?
What? It's an extreme version of a mullet? Okay. Alright. I guess if you need to put it into context for people who don't know what himekato is, that's such a strange way to describe it.
Yeah, more it's like ここ短くて it's like so much layers, like short layers on the top, and then you get some like wings. じゃないひょろっていう。
Mullet is like short in the front, long in the back, right?
日本でいうウルフヘアでしょ。The extreme version of
何
ウルフヘア、日本だと。
ウルフヘアって何？
あ、知らない？ That's like
知らない。
あ、本当？日本でウルフっていう。Like wolf. Yeah,
あ
that's...
ウルフ。Wolf. I thought
So,
the wolf hairstyle is trending again these days.
yeah. Like last
I feel
year.
like a lot of my friends have a wolf haircut these days.
I had urufu last summer too.
Oh.
Classic style, like when I had super short hair.
Nah. Oh my gosh, my leg is so numb. It's gone. My leg is gone. Oh shoot. Oh, hold on. Let me scroll through our comments.
Relax. ちょっと待って、Info my sausage, Risa chowder and katsu. How I think that Mike かな Chowder and katsu.
何?
Yeah, puppies. Yeah, doggies.
Where does it say that?
ちょっと前にね、Info my soul says Risa chowder and katsu say hello. And then chowder and katsu are my friend's dog. So
Oh.
Mike.
Let's see. Jamie says I think it's cute that they call it hime hairstyle here too. Well, at least they got that part.
Yeah, we should explain what hime is for those who are not familiar with the word.
Hime is princess.
Yes, hime is a princess. だから that's like ancient Japanese princess style haircut. Because it's not Disney princess haircut, obviously.
Yeah, and then it's characterized by this blunt cut on the side, which I don't know if you can see it, but sometimes like my hairstylist wants to make it look more natural. So instead of a super blunt cut, she'd do the what's that thing? The skaskas. Like the thinning shears should thin out the ends here so that when I curl it, it's not as thick, I guess. It kind of looks like a curl more when you do that. But I mean, it's still technically a hime kato.
Yeah.
It's just I always curl it in instead of like keeping it flat down. Because I think it looks cuter when it like frames your face.
そうだね。
But I do find that a lot of like, I mean, I had my hime haircut because I liked Lolita, but also like it was very, at that time when I first started getting it done, I think it was like it's like 15 years now. But like, yeah, at that time, himekato wasn't only for Lolita, it was also for like a lot of the punk and goth and subcultures, all sorts of street subcultures at that time. So I really liked that look, and so I got that done, and I've always gotten it done ever since then. But like for Lolita, of course, like for street styles, I would straighten it, but like for Lolita, I would curl it. And like but I don't know starting when I don't see this cut anymore.
日本語で let me Google it in Japanese.
何が？
姫
カット。でもなんか平安時代らしいかも。
やっぱり本当だ、平安時代 there's a wiki page for 姫カット。
Yeah, because all I remember is that they had this like super blunt cut here, and then it's just super long black hair on like flowing kimono, layers and layers of kimono with black teeth and two dots for their eyebrows. It's a very, very visually like it's very strong visual. So Jamie says, I want to see Rin with a mullet. Oh my god, no.
もうちょっと違いすぎて
Please, no.
いかない。
I
I don't
still
wanna-
can't believe they call it an extreme version of a mullet. That's weird.
That's so wrong.
But yeah, definitely I don't see himekato anymore in Lolita. Because I feel like it's gotten so mainstream that it's like regular. There's not as extreme hairstyles or extreme makeup anymore. So everything's kind of trending towards a natural look. So it's not as super done up. And then also not as like extreme haircuts, I guess. Would this be an extreme haircut? I don't even know.
でもそうだね。It seems like some people still have 姫カットだね。
I feel like people who have himekato are people who have black hair, which is not the norm in Japan.
うんうんうんうんうん。
In Lolita at least. Oh, her hair. In Lolita at least I feel like a lot of people with black hair, a lot of the girls with black hair would usually have himekato, but I feel like the ones that dye their hair, it's not as common anymore.
そうだね。Like when I was at high school, I remember seeing like 姫カット for like 原宿 girls, 古着
Yeah.
fashion の女の子で、they used to have some, not everyone, but like some girls used to have 姫カット. Before them, they have dyed hair, like brown hair and some like accent hair とか。でも、the shape was 姫カット. But it wasn't like the biggest trend even for the Harajuku streetwear fashion. But I have seen some girls with 姫カット with dyed hair a long time ago. Not right
I
now.
wonder, wasn't that's so weird that Prada is the one that's like bringing himekato back or like introducing himekato, because isn't that the high fashion model, what's her name?
Hairstyle.
Kozue, I think.
Oh, what did you say?
There's a fashion model. Her name, I think her name's Kozue. ちょっと待って. Let me look it up. Akimoto Kozue.
Oh,
Doesn't she have Oh, she doesn't. She has a blood cut. My bad.
ああ、この人か。はいはいはいはい。そうだね。
なんかずっとなんか持ってたイメージがあったんだけど、I guess not. Oh man.
She just has straight bangs.
I feel like there's like there is a Japanese model that has a himekato. No?
Now?
Not now. I don't know.
I don't remember anyone particularly. なんかファッションモデル、読者モデルでよく見てたけど、他でいたかな。
No, I'm just like so curious. It can't be the first time. People have seen it on the runway.
Yeah. いないな。そうだね。でも、I wonder if Prada specifically said hime cut. それか they just happen to have that kind of hair.
Or they just call it an extreme mullet.
Yeah.
I can't get over that. That's hilarious. Let's see. Sorry, let me go through the comments again.
コメントいっぱい来てる。
Moo Lounge says, I remember lots of Lolita back in 2003 on Fruits magazine. LOL. Also, Mana from Malice Miser had some looks. Yeah.
ビジュアル系だよね。
ね。 Paula Liz says, can you just go out in Lolita Fashion or very extra outfits in Japan, or do you get judged? People tend to keep it to themselves. If they judge you, they keep it in. So it's not as tough, I think. Yeah, I mean, if people don't approve, they'll give you like a dirty look, but yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jamie says, people on Twitter found some pictures of Cher from the 70s rocking a hime cut. Okay. So I guess it's just a revival? But did they call it a hime cut before? It does seem like Cher would pull that off anyways. I don't know. She seems like she would have that haircut like sometime in her lifetime. I wouldn't be surprised.
What haircut? Is that what you call? Drop haircut? 그거違うよな. No, I've been like looking for hime cut to see if
it's probably not called hime cut if Cher did it. I don't know.
Please, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, I guess my hair is back in style. I don't know.
You're on the trend, maybe.
I've done a full circle. It's so sad. Not the other day, this was a couple years back. Me saying the other day for years ago thing. It was maybe 4 years ago, and I was considering doing like a vintage related, like where to go to shop for vintage in Harajuku, like video idea. And so I was like looking around, and I was visiting all the shops, and one of the shops that I went to was newly opened at that time, and I was like, oh, okay, so what is your shop all about? And they're like, yeah, we do like retro and vintage fashion. And then I was like, oh, okay, cool. What year are you doing this from? And then they were like, because it didn't look 80s at all. So, and that was at that time, it was very trending with the 80s style fashion. So I was like, it doesn't look like 80s. And they were like, oh yeah, it's from the 2000s. I was like, oh my gosh.
Retro?
How is 2000s retro?
2000
but now it's retro.
That's actually shocking.
I'm so sad. It was 2000 to 2010, I guess. It was very much that like what was that? It was like very much during the time when people were showing off their midriffs, wearing spaghetti straps, wearing it was a mix of 90s, so it had that tattoo chokers going on, a lot of chokers. A lot of jean jackets and jean skirts and jean pants, and yeah, and that like really shiny fabric that has like tinsel woven into the fabric, and like very neon or like pastel colors, very light colors, not a lot of black.
I don't know, that's really like heartbreaking to hear that.
Right? I was just like, oh my gosh, if I like went home right now, I could probably dig out from my closet stuff that you could sell. And they were selling it for like $50 for a top. $50-$60 for a top. And I was just thinking, my goodness, I could just pull out my closet and just sell it.
そうだね。
Paula says, I gotta go, stay safe, love you guys. Thank you, thanks for tuning in.
Or appointment か。そうだね。バイバイ。
バイバイ。Yeah.
悲しい。
ね。
It's like
Fifth
Mac.
Dream says, wait until your favorite music when you were a teenager is on the oldie station. I can't. Oh my gosh. Jamie says, my niece is 14 years old and she's obsessed with 2000 to 2009 aesthetics. What is that? Is that like the whole spaghetti strap with like a colorful cardigan or something with jeans? What is it? What is that style? And what? All I can remember is Britney Spears with that jean top and jean pants. What else is like iconic 2000? I feel like 2000s and with the frosted look, right? Oh, Paris Hilton and the jersey top and bottom, Juicy Couture stuff.
Oh, Juicy Couture! Everyone used to wear that pink.
I still have my Juicy Couture bag.
Well,
It was
I don't
like
have...
it's so not great fabric for a bag because it like immediately got stained. It looked really cute. The hardware was really cute, but then it was all that soft jersey cloth and it got stained really fast.
It kind of looked like towel. Am I wrong? Because I never had it.
Yeah. Is it called a terry cloth? I'm not too familiar. Yeah, my goodness. Did you guys have Juicy Couture in Japan?
No, we don't. We don't have it.
Did people know about Juicy Couture?
I don't think so. Like, finally, Victoria's Secret, it's kind of like coming to Japan. Like, many people don't recognize it because they have traveled to Hawaii とか LA とか。でも we still don't have it in Japan.
Yeah. It's crazy. Huh?
I have seen Victoria's Secret's body mist at Don Quixote once.
When was this?
Was Victoria's Secret? And then did you know that Japanese people call Victoria's Secret as Bixi?
Bixi? Bixi, it sounds like Mixi.
And my friends say like, oh yeah, if I'm gonna go to Hawaii, I'm gonna get Bixi. みんな Bixi っていう。
やばい、本当に。
やばい、so Japanese.
ね。ビクシー、なんで略するの？なんか VS とか略したらいいんじゃない？VS 言うのは VS。で
も VS ってさ、we type it VS だけど、we don't actually say VS じゃない？
いや、言わない。
言わないよね。
Just like we don't ever like, we don't say stuff like McDonald or like Mac. Mac は Mac じゃん。Mac is Mac, as in like Apple Mac. You would never refer it to McDonald's, but like it just becomes McDonald's here.
We just make everything shorter.
Trisha says, for some reason, a lot of beauty bloggers I follow are getting back into Juicy Couture now. Ooh! I don't think I brought my Juicy Couture to Japan.
So you can be a trendsetter.
Literally, I hold on to everything that I own. Like,
でもわかる。
ね, like,
I have my clothes that I got from high school.
Yeah, I brought a lot of things with me that I've had since high school too. I still wear it. I brought my, I have my graduation dress with me.
I mean, like, as long as it's still nice and it doesn't have any holes.
Yeah, it's usable. Yeah. So like, that was one of the reasons why, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I don't really post a lot of YouTube videos. And I think one of the hardest things that I have time with is posting trending things. And being on trend with everything. And that was a big part of a lot of conflict that I had with my agencies when I was in an agency, was that I had to be on trend for a lot of things so that the keywords would hit. And that was like a big deal. And I hated people telling me what to do, but I also hated just like buying things for the sake of buying things. So if someone sent me something, I would I would if I would use it, I would post it and all this stuff. But most of the time, because I even didn't want people sending me stuff because it meant that things were gonna pile up in my room. So it was it was like a huge thing. But like that was the big thing, is that I keep a lot of my stuff for years and years and years, and it was very difficult to talk about trends and talk about like a lot of new things, like to have like 5-10 different items of new things to talk about every single video. It's just like, oh my gosh, I can't. So like yeah, so Lace Bitten says, you hold on to everything, please share storage tips. Oh my gosh. Wait, Lisa, have you been to my room before? I forgot.
No, I've never been to your house before. 行ったことない。Because remember I was supposed to go ストリーミングかなんかで last year. でも結局行かなかった。We ended up not going.
It's gotten a lot better through when I had to stay in ever since last year. I've definitely remodeled and revamped everything, because you know, spending a lot of time in like very small space is very detrimental. So yeah, I definitely redid my whole room. And I ended up getting rid of a lot of things just at once, because it was just very, very difficult to keep everything and live in the space. I was okay with it because I was doing a lot of traveling before, so it was more like a stopping point for me when I do like come by my home. So like yeah, so storage tips. I mean, I guess I could do a video. I'm pretty proud of my makeup storage, because yeah, I have a lot. It's like 3 towers. It's crazy, yeah.
ね、スペースないじゃんね。そしたら。
スペースないんだよ。
Makeup.
Yeah, so makeup is very hard to recycle and very hard to get rid of and very hard to share. So I end up forcing myself to use everything. For clothes that I don't use anymore, I tend to either sell it back to Zozo Town. They do a lot of buyback programs for a lot of brands, or I would pack it up into, like, I try to pack a lot of stuff into one little box and then ship it to like an NPO or like a women's shelter or something like that. But those usually cost so much money, because it's like $35 to $40 to ship clothing, because it gets pretty heavy. And then yeah, I also sell some of the items on Mercari. I'm thinking about doing another Mercari sales again. I
used to cosplay, so I still have so many wigs, cosplay wigs, the cosplay costumes, and then props. That takes up so much space, more than my clothes.
How do you store your wigs?
Yeah.
That's what I'm very curious about.
Well, I don't cosplay that often anymore, so I did sell or, get rid of some of the costumes and wigs. でもあとはもうまだ持ってるけど、I still have some of them だけども、ストレッジみたいな、ベッドの下とかのタッパーウェアみたいな、コンテナに
でも潰されちゃうんじゃん。Like wigs, I feel like you have to like cushion them all around, or else it's gonna get really crazy.
I can sell it if I have to use it before I put it on. だからまあ別に even if it gets crushed, it's fine. そう、props とかの方が it can't get crushed, otherwise it's going to be destroyed.
ね。
そう。Cosplay takes up so much space. I don't recommend. I don't recommend.
Also, like I just like starting from last year, I started doing. I worked on my first cosplay ever, because like up until now, I wore like costumes for Halloween, or my friends would dress me in whatever clothes they wanted to dress me in, but I've never like went out to do a cosplay all on my own. Well, I mean, I had help still, but This time it was like I decided I wanted to do a cosplay, and I had to try and figure out how to make everything. Now it's just sitting in my closet. I don't know what to do with it because, you know, you spent so much time making it, but also, like, when are you ever gonna use it again?
So, that's why it
It's a
ties up.
lot of hard work.
そうなの。
ね。
大変。
そう、なんかそのトガちゃんの武器とか、like トガちゃんの I did the Toga from My Hero Academia, and she has this like huge, I don't know what it's called. It's her little blood sucking machine. But that thing's huge. And right now it's like it's stored in my travel luggage. The big one. It fills up a whole luggage. I'm just like, I don't know what to do with it right now.
There's no way to make it smaller.
No, there's no way. There's no way. It's just 3D. It's just huge in 3D. Let me just check into the comments one more time. Stephanie says, I have some Juicy Couture jewelry. You guys also had Juicy Couture there? I wonder how big it was. Fifth Dream says, that's one of the best things about goth fashions. It's so varied and a lot of retro inspired, so you could keep the clothes forever and it's always relevant, right? It's like all about how you style yourself, your makeup, your hair, also how you layer your clothes. So a lot of times, like subculture fashions, you could keep just one item and just like restyle it all the time. Lace Bitten says, I too just decluttered recently, and the high from purging all those things was amazing. Isn't it nice to have so much space suddenly?
Free.
Yeah, and she Lace Bitten says, sending it to people in need is good, though. There's always people who need help. Yeah, I try not to throw things into the trash as like my first line of defense for decluttering. I try to send it to places that would be willing to deal with it, because like I have a lot of friends I have a lot of friends who just throw their clothes away once they're done with the season, and I don't like that at all. But like there's that whole mentality here. It's like you don't want to burden other people with your trash, so I think that's their way of not causing problems for other people by giving it away. A lot of my friends just throw it in the trash, their clothes, and I'm just like, no.
Like lately I just bring all my old costumes and clothes to H&M because they recycle.
H&M has that recycling program, right?
Yeah. So
I would do that for like sheets and stuff. But then they give you a gift coupon.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do with it because I don't want to buy H&M. So I also have a stack of H&M gift cards that I never used.
My friends, the coupons. あげる友達に。
でも買い物するんじゃん、絶対に。
たまにね、でも I have a lot because I always bring my clothes to H&M. だから I can't use all of it. So I just give it to my friends.
Yeah, but they would buy stuff, right? It's just perpetuating the problem. So I would just I threw away a couple of my coupons too. It's just I just use H&M for their like recycling thing, just like as a dumping ground, so that it doesn't go into the trash. Terry says, I totally agree with RinRin. Videos of people buying new stuff all the time stresses me out somehow. I mean, I guess, I could see both sides of it, because, I mean, I still also do I don't do haul videos actually, but I do buy new things a lot, and I do like introduce them and stuff. And I talked to a friend of mine recently because I've always had that weird like circling guilt prop thing where it's just like, oh, I do want to cut back and try to be as sustainable as possible, but it's almost impossible if you're in this line of work. So, but my friend was also saying like people who want to be entertained would need this sort of video to kind of escape their daily lives and just like enjoy. And sometimes it helps people not to buy things after they see it once, like if they're like, it feels like friends buying stuff. So it could have prevented a lot of people from buying things, but I don't know, it's an ongoing lesson that I'm trying to learn a lot. So yeah. Jamie says, I donate all my clothes, and the ones that are too old I use them as rugs and kitty beds. That's very clever. Late Spittin says, donate the costume to a local high school theater. Well, if they use it, right? If they need it. I'm sure they don't want to take on like useless or random costumes either.
The costume, I'm not sure if it's usable.
Nah.
Because it's not like just a simple witch とかさ、そういうのじゃないから、it's not like that. So I'm not sure if they can use it. Maybe they can use my wig. I don't know.
Yeah, wigs maybe, but like costumes are so hard to recycle unless you cut them up yourself and reuse all the parts. But otherwise, it's kind of difficult. Unless it's a super popular character and you're like an average size that people tend to buy too. That's a big deal too, because a lot of costumes are kind of handmade to fit your size, right? So one of my friends who was into cosplay too, and she told me you could at least sell your weapon. Like, at least the weapon isn't fit to a size, right? So, but like, I can't imagine like shipping something like that. It looks like so much hassle.
You have to come pick it up from your house.
Eh?
They have to come pick it up from your house or from your neighborhood.
Oh no, I don't want to meet anybody in person. Ever.
You can't ship it. You have to meet up with them somewhere to give it to you.
Well, I mean, if I get like a huge cardboard box. No, it's not heavy though, but it's also just like I don't want to deal with it either. Which, by the way,
they're almost 1 hour だけど we haven't talked about Golden Week at all.
Okay, so it's Golden Week this week.
違う話で終わるんだけどもう1時間
適当すぎる。
As who are not familiar, we do have a weekly topic, and then this week's topic is like Golden Week. So, 一応ね。
Yeah, we do have a topic. Jamie says, love this live streaming. I'm going to sleep now, but I'll rewatch tomorrow. Take care. Thank you. Yeah, I'll usually keep this on for a little bit, so if you want to, you could click through the link to watch it. Yes. What is it? Yeah, so it's Golden Week right now. And currently, because like the COVID numbers are rising again in Japan. I think more so in Osaka than Tokyo now. I think Osaka is like has surpassed Tokyo in numbers of infection daily.
Universal Studio Japan is closed now because of COVID. Universal Studio Japan, USJ.
Oh no, everything is closed because it's right now we're under another state of emergency. So it's starting from yesterday to May 11th. So it covers all of Golden Week. And I think it's to prevent people from traveling because Golden Week is like a series of Japanese holidays that everyone gets off. And then so that's why, because they're all like centered around 1 week. And sometimes there's a weekend that gets squished into it too. But like
That was like 10 days holiday, じゃない?
Yeah, it's like 10 days. It's like almost 2 weeks.
Yeah. But this year
Yeah.
it's the longest holidays in Japan.
Yeah. But like sometimes the holiday lands on a weekend and that really sucks because it like kind of shortens the whole Golden Week. I think Golden Week can be shortened to 3 days. So like so demo, if you consider like two of them landing on a weekend, you literally just have a 4-day weekend, right? It could be super short. Oh my gosh. There's a can you hear that?
Someone's here.
There's a No.
何どうしたの?
I don't know. I think it's the trash, isn't it? The 粗大ゴミ.
粗大ゴミ。そうだね. The trash.
So okay, just so you guys know, sometimes there's like these trucks that go around and they just announce really loudly. They're saying, we'll take your 粗大ゴミ. 粗大ゴミ, it means super huge gomi. Gomi is trash. So things like furniture or... Mostly it's furniture, right? Furniture and electronics. You can't just toss in the trash. There's a lot of rules regarding trash in Japan, so... Yeah, so like for sodai gomi, you have to go to the konbini to buy. You have to look up on the list of what size and what type of trash it is, and it's either A or B. And like the pricing, I mean, no, it's not A or B. It's like there's a pricing attached to it to how much the city is willing to come by and pick it up for. It usually ranges about $6 per item. So, and then you have to go into the konbini to go buy their little stickers, and it's either A or B, and A or B adds up to a certain amount of money in it, and then you just kind of slap on the stickers to the sodai gomi, and you have to arrange a time for the city to come pick it up, and you can't even drag it out until the morning of. It's like there's a lot of rules surrounding this, so you have to hold on to your to the thing that you have to get rid of for a long time. So sometimes there's that truck roaming around outside that announces that we'll take all your sodai gomi right now. So you have to like go and chase down that truck, but like and they go very slow, so that's why you could hear the announcements for a long time, because it's like it drives really slow. But they still take it for a price. They're not just gonna pick it up, you know?
そうだね。日本のゴミはね、大変だよね。They have so many rules. Just throwing the trash, and then you have to take turns in your neighborhood to take care of the trash day.
I've never had to do that. Have you?
I haven't, but like my mom does that, you know, all the time for my neighborhood. Like if you in turn to take care of today's trash space, you have to make sure that, you know, everyone's trash is following that specific type of the trash. Like today's plastic day, like, you know, dirty plastic or clean plastic とか burnable とか、とかね、あって、if someone throw away something wrong, then the truck is not gonna take it away. だから、
yeah.
And also, カラス is gonna mess up your, to make sure that it's covered. Like so many rules just to throw away the trash.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. So the recycling, Lace Bitten says, does recycling in Japan actually go to recycling? In the US, 90% doesn't make it to recycling. That I don't know. That part I don't know. I have to look it up. But you just have to follow the rules to where you're living. So sometimes the trucks don't pick up. Each day has a different trash that they pick up or recycling that they pick up. And sometimes they do leave it in front of the thing because it's like shameful because it's like, oh, who did that? And it's always like, you'll see it through the bag. Yeah, like there's like drinks, like for the bottle, like the plastic bottles. Some of them have liquid in it. And then they won't pick it up either. Yeah, they would just leave it. And so it would just like be sitting right in front of our entrance. There's other ones where people like mixed in beer cans with their plastic bottles. I had that happen to me once, actually, not beer cans, but my friend, because I have a blue trash can for my recycling and I have a white one for my regular, and I had a friend who came by and didn't know which one was which and just threw their bento box into my recycling bin, and it was at the very bottom, so I didn't see it, and eventually it like piled up with my pet bottle, and I just threw it out, and then I came back, and yeah, it was the only one sitting in front of our door, and I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't see. And then right at the side of it, you could just see this bento box like stuck on the side, and I was just like, oh no, shame, so shameful. And it was just like really quickly just like dragging it inside.
いや、本当になんかもうすごいよね。I can't believe they check the trash before they In America, it's just automatic. The truck is gonna automatically hold the trash can and just like dump it into the truck. でも in Japan, it's not by the truck. People do it. People
look
come off
at
the
it,
truck and they look at it, so they know if it's right or.
They don't just dump. They just like they check and everything. So.
Exit. Thank you both. I
It's
have
about
to now take care of that.
Yeah, it's about time to go. But also, somebody just subscribed.
Oh. So then make sure to subscribe to the channel, everyone, because we didn't have the usual introduction talk. So we didn't even introduce ourselves.
That's true. We just chatted our way through. My bad. Okay, today's just one of those days.
Lazy day today.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
We didn't follow
I got so distracted with the whole himekato thing.
The trending.
That's so weird. This makes me want to just like post a compilation of himekato on my
You should educate everyone what himekato is.
I don't know. I'm also just like an admirer of the style. I'm not gonna go educating people, but it's okay.
Preach.
No, it's okay. It's not my place. But what's it? Yeah, so Golden Week is this week. And it's a long holiday that just happens to be a bunch of separate holidays that tend to be stuck together sometimes. And the longest it could be is up to 10 days if it's like spread out enough. And
busiest weekends of the year.
Yeah. And so there's Golden Week and then there's Silver Week. Silver Week is just a smaller version of that.
Silver Week.
New?
I didn't have Silver Week when I was in Japan.
Oh, okay. When I moved here, I already heard of Silver Week, so it might be a recent thing.
It's called.
Yeah. Well, it's not.
2009 だって、リンリン。Since 2009, Silver Week.
That's when I moved to Japan.
See, I was already in the US, so I didn't have it. I never experienced Silver Week. That's.
It's like me and food trucks. I never experienced the food truck phenomenon in LA. Like that year when I left LA, 2009, that's when I heard all the food trucks moved into SoCal, and I was just like, oh, my bad. Had no idea what food trucks were like.
So then it's like we're switching.
Golden Week is a huge holiday time where a lot of families tend to do a little bit of traveling within Japan
Yes.
usually.
It's so much
Yeah,
traffic.
yeah.
And then the airport is
So
packed.
yeah,
Tokyo is packed.
yeah.
Yeah,
What do
but
you usually do for Golden Week when you were little?
because I hate crowded space and I mean like crowded places. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember if I have ever traveled with my family during Golden Week. I
Mm-hmm.
might have, but maybe somewhere closer. Like
Mm-hmm.
we can just drive up there. It's not like traveling by plane.
Mm-hmm.
だけど、覚えてない。I don't remember much. でも one time I remember I had to go to Harajuku during Golden Week and we had to go through the Takeshita Street and the Takeshita Street is always crowded. But then
Takeshita is in Harajuku, by the way.
yes, Takeshita Street is in Harajuku and then it's always crowded but on that day it was so packed that I wasn't walking. I was just standing for every like 30
Yeah.
seconds to have another step because
I
it's
don't miss
so
that. Yeah.
yeah. もう本当に it was horrible.
Mm.
I don't even remember how long it took me to just walk through the Takeshita Street.
It's like 流れちゃうよね。なんか you don't even choose what direction you go in anymore. It's just like you just go with the flow. As like
Oh, I don't think I can go into the shop because you're
No.
stuck.
Mm-hmm.
もうすみません excuse me っても you have to like wave go through the the wave of
It's
people.
like getting off a train. You're like, すいません、降ります。
降ります。
Oh, by the way, that's what you guys can say. Here's another, I guess, talking point. Is that if you need to get off a train and you're like in a very packed train, you just scream at the top of your lungs. You're like, 降ります。
降ります。
It's O. It starts with an O. Orimas means I have to get off at this station. So people will make a little space for you. Or else, yeah, just saying sumimasen, it doesn't really work very well. Like if you say orimas, then people will like make a little path for you to get off. Because it would mean more space for everyone around you, right?
So 今 YouTube コメントで I just typed 降ります
Thank you. Yeah, 降ります. So yell 降ります if you need to get off of a train. Not that there's any chance that you would be able to get on a packed train these days. I mean, it still gets packed here though.
Yeah.
I get so scared. I'm just like, oh no. If I rather walk if I see a crowded train.
満員電車 packed train.
Yeah.
I noticed that Japanese people are shy, but then they sometimes scream. なんかその降りますとか and also when you go to 居酒屋とか restaurant, you scream at 店員さん, you scream at the server like すみません
ね
at the restaurant, but we don't do that in the US.
Yeah. It's considered rude, but like in Japan, it's like normal.
そう、おじさんとか居酒屋で、すいません、オーダーお願いします、take our order みたいな、やるよね。
ね。
They just scream.
Yeah. So these days, I don't really hear people screaming anymore because it's kind of a thing when you try not to talk in loud voices at restaurants and stuff. Like like Japan never shut down their restaurants ever. I don't think ever during this whole time. But like there's a common knowledge. Yeah. There's like a common knowledge and common courtesy that you no longer talk in a loud voice or try to project anymore. So people tend to be like waving like this. or I see a lot of this. Like people covering their mouth saying すいません.
That's the 2020 style.
Yeah, people are like すいません.
それ面白い. That's so funny.
Yeah, but I feel like the servers too, they're like used to, now everyone's like more aware and alert, because before it's like everyone had their own jobs to do, so that's why you yell at them, because you know, it's easier to focus on, like, I guess it is easier to focus on doing other things and then just like get a notification from someone who needs your help. But like these days everyone's scanning all the time, so you just have to wave just a little bit. Yeah.
だよね。
そう
変
で、
だね、個別ね。Because
ね
Japan is going worse, even though America is getting better right now.
I don't
ね
know what's going on anymore. Yeah. I
でも stay
used to
safe,
be
stay
on top
safe.
of the news. Like that would be my
Not
day.
anymore.
Is to start off with
So,
American news. I would start
うん。
off with YouTube would be Philip DeFranco. I would watch that, and then I would
はい。
listen to NPR news updates.
おー。うんうん。
And then I would then move on to the live streaming of Japanese news on YouTube
す
because
ご
they
い。
made
うん。
it very, very accessible now. A lot of news channels are now
うんうん。
like live streaming.
On
They're
YouTube.
noon. There's a
うんう
noon
ん
news
うん。
live streaming, and then there's a night news live streaming. And I would just put that on the background and keep it on. So my whole day is just news
す
all the way
ごい。
through. But it
偉
made
い。
me so depressed.
ま
It
あ
made me
ね。
so sad and
う
made me really
ん。
scared to go outside.
う
Like I thought
ん。
like if there's anything I can do to help the situation is just to stay indoors as much as possible, but
う
it
ん。
was very detrimental to my
うん
health
うん。
too. Like I
う
didn't even
ん。
think that taking a walk was okay, so I didn't
う
exercise for
ん。
a good long time too.
あ、そうなんだ。ウォーキング
Yeah,
も知らなかった。
so
う
but
ーん。
yeah, I mean this was early on
あ
last
は。
year, so
Yeah.
that was a huge thing. So eventually, you know, you kind of get a how to balance.
うん。
I mean, I I mean this is I guess the same for everyone because I tend to talk to a lot of my friends in the U.S.
うん。
And then within Japan, actually a lot of my close friends in Japan are kind of like me or even worse than I am, which
ああ、so
because
they're
like
more cautious.
yeah, they're really cautious. So like to
あは。
me, talking to my Japanese friends kind of doubles down on the whole part where I can't even go to the konbini
う
or
ーん。
to the
Just get
supermarket
scared.
because I felt like intense guilt.
うーん。To
Yeah,
go
so
outside.
yeah, so I mean this was early on, but like
うん。うん。
um these days it's like okay, I mean do what you got to do but don't do excessive.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
don't go out to hang out with your friends, but you know, still have to go out for work, right?
う
So
ん。そう
yeah,
だ
but
ね。
like a lot of my friends were like here they're very very much stuck indoors, and
う
some of
ん。
them don't even go out for groceries at all. They do the
うん。
online grocery drop
Online.
offs.
うんうんうんうんう
Yeah.
ん。
Sometimes I would go visit them at their house
う
just so
ん。
that they could have a little bit of company. That's like human
Human
interaction. It
interaction.
helps me too. So, and then of course, like a lot of my friends live close to me, so I just walk to their house. So it, yeah, but like, still, some of my friends are still like quarantining themselves. Or
うん。
they're doing the whole stay at home thing for like
う
it's
ん。
been yeah, it's been almost two
It's been
years
over a
now.
year now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cause yeah.
大変
S
だ
Bear
ね。
says, "How is the vaccination process going in Japan right now?" You know what? The rare time that I actually watched the news, it was like not that great news going on. There's I think they're still vaccinating. I mean, I heard it's very very like it's going,
う
and the process of
ん。
getting it done is okay. But they're still focusing on elderly, I think. But like the
あ
news
あ。
that I saw, I think this was last week, so it might be
うん。
updated, is that there are some cancellations going on or people with missed appointments, and then they just end up
う
tossing
ん。
the vaccines out. They
う
don't even give the
ん。
option to like give it to people who
That's such a
want it.
waste.
That's
もったいないね。
なんかね、なんか
う
ね、ちょっと
ん。
ね、to to think like もったいない is a very Japanese idea. もったいない means it's wasteful.
Waste?
Yeah.
Yeah. う
Um,
ん。
so
でも I
I
don't think
hope
it's available for most people じゃない ?Not yet.
no,
No
I think it's
Japanese
only
friends
available
have
to first
bought.
responders.
medical
medical
field.
field, and then also the
Seniors
elderly. Um,
over 65 years old or
yeah, I
something.
think it's open to young adults end of this year, I think.
If you guys are lucky, いいじゃない? Because Japan is so slow at everything.
I mean,
遅い.
Japan's slow, but also
うん。
they're very proper and clean with the way they do things.
まあまあまあまあ
So
まあ
that's I
ま
think that's the trade-off, right?
あ。そうだね。
Yeah.
確かに。Because the
So
safety
at
is
least,
guaranteed.
yeah, at least everything is clear. But then again,
うん。
I think they would address the whole tossing the vaccines. I hope they do address it soon. That's
うん。
that's a little bit wasteful no matter what, I
うん。
think.
うん。そうだね. I was
Jalissa
surprised I
Moore. Oh,
saw.
sorry.
Oh, yes.
What's
Oh,
to
I
say?
just wanted to say that I was surprised to see that there was a vending machine for COVID PCR test kit. And
Where?
also, I saw my friend posting a picture
How much
of
is
a
it? Isn't
vending
it like
machine.
$200?
No, it was actually cheap. That's why
Eh?
I was shocked. So, vending machine for COVID testing kit. And my mom also told me that she went to the drugstore to get the COVID testing kit.
How? Do they just swab you in the drugstore?
No, I think you have to do it on your own.
Okay. I haven't
We
seen it
don't
or
have
heard
that
of.
here.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I was so surprised to see that. そう、vending
Yeah.
machine、ドラッグストアってすごい、
Yeah.
なんか近いね。
Yeah.
Anyone can get it so
I don't
easily.
think the
でも I
ones
don't
in
know
my
how
area can do
accurate.
that. You still have to go
う
to the
ん
doctor to get it done.
うんうんうんうん
Here
うん。
at least. Jalissa Moore says, what was your first language, Japanese or English? Hi, Risa.
はい、私、日本語、ジャパニーズです。
I'm English.
まあそうだよね。Only because we skipped our self-introduction.
Yeah. 確かに.
That's why.
Oh my gosh.
そうだね。私は I was born and I was raised in Japan. And I moved
Yes.
here after high school.
Yeah, and I was born and raised in LA. And then I moved to Tokyo. We're complete opposite.
そうだね。Because now I'm in LA.
Yeah. So Japanese is my third language.
Mhm.
Fourth? In
Fourth
the
なの?
in the way I learned languages, I think it's my fourth one. Because I
あ、
learned
fourth じゃないんだ.
English is my native
Yes, yes.
language, and then I learned Chinese. I went to Chinese school all my life.
うん。
And
あ、
yet,
そうなんだ.
and yet I still suck at Chinese. Ooh. My parents are gonna be so sad. And then I learned Spanish in high school, of course. And then,
Spanish か.
yeah, and then I
Spanish
learned
class.
Japanese in college.
うんうんうんうんうんうん。Yeah, I took 2 Spanish classes at college too.
College language learning is so different than high school learning, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I think high school, or maybe it's just the way they taught the different languages to us, but no, I also took a Chinese lesson class in college as well. Because I don't know if people are familiar with this, for Chinese, there's two systems of writing. There's traditional and simplified, and it just depends on what region what region uses which. And I learned traditional my whole life, except most of mainland China uses simplified. So I thought, okay, if I want to, I just wanted the option of doing business, because I heard that Chinese and Spanish was good for just business in general. So I was like, ooh, okay, if I have extra credits and time, then I might as well just pick up a couple classes learning simplified, and also learning Pinyin, which is English, like using the alphabet to spell out Chinese words, because I also learned a different style. So in the context of Japanese, like Romaji would be using English, like the letters to spell out, to sound out words, right? And that would be like pinyin for Chinese. But I learned the system that was kind of like hiragana, so it's like a whole nother like writing system. And so like I never learned, so I didn't know how to use pinyin at all. So yeah, in college when I learned Chinese, it was very different. It kind of went in with I guess it went in with the whole side of how to pronounce the words first, so the alphabet system first, and then you learn how to write the words, and then you learn vocab, and then you learn grammar. But I think in high school and when I went to just like Chinese school on the weekends, it was more about culture and more about like I just remember my Spanish tests were all like, here's a 4-panel comic, explain what's going on. And it's just, yeah. It was so hard to speak in front of the class. I had very bad like just like speech. Like it's so scary to talk in front of your peers, I think. So yeah, and then on top of that, doing it in a different language was so scary that even if I knew what was going on, I got graded very low. I almost failed Spanish because it was just like I refused to talk in class.
I really enjoyed studying Spanish when I was at college, so it was so much fun.
Spanish is kind of close to Japanese, isn't it? Like,
so it's like
like the sound. Yeah.
So, pronunciation and also spelling is closer to Romaji and Japanese words, but then the word itself and then grammar is close to English. Like, perfect is perfecto. So it's similar. English and Spanish are similar, but then it's written in Japanese Romaji way. So it was like much easier for me to study Spanish more than English.
Yeah, it's so crazy how close it is actually when you start picking up different languages, because it's like, my friend. My friend's dad, who he was Japanese, and then he like moved to the U.S. and started working in the restaurant business, and she was like, yeah, he picked up Spanish really quickly. It's like
the restaurant, right?
Yeah, but English is still a huge struggle. It's because it's so easy to pronounce like Spanish words once you know like Japanese. And vice versa.
Because I used to work at izakaya, fusion izakaya restaurant in LA, and then at that restaurant it was like Japanese fusion, but then my manager and then cook chef manager, top chef, and then everyone in the kitchen, everyone was Mexican. They know some restaurant language Japanese, but they don't know English, so they speak those restaurant Japanese and Spanish.
What is restaurant Japanese? いらっしゃいませとか。
いらっしゃいませとか、注文とか。
注文 is order, right? あと、かしこまりましたとか。
No, they can't say that.
They can't?
Okay, they just say okay.
Okay.
Like I learned more casual Spanish there. It was fun.
What did you pick up?
なんだったっけなもう忘れたな I forgot, it's been a while. If I heard it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that one ってなるけど。
なるほど。アグアとか。
何
お水
アグアダメアグア give me water ダメアグアとか。
My Spanish is
かやて shut up うるさいとか。かやてとか言われたり。
使うの？使わないでしょ。
うるさいって言われる。Not to the customers.
Oh
そう、
my
とかか
gosh.
な。
Wait, what is like the nicer way to say like be quiet?
わかんない。I don't know.
Is it like
の
silencio とか?
どう
Oh,
だ
if
ろ
there's any Spanish speakers in the comments, help us out. I don't remember Spanish
う。なんか、
anymore. Seriously,
う
if you
ん、
don't use it, you lose it. And
そ
that's
うな
very
の。
real.
language はそう。You just
そう。
forget if you
ね、
don't keep using that language.
確かに。ね。まあでもちょっとね話伸びちゃったんだけど So
そうだね。
let's wrap things up for today. We just totally did
う
a
ん。
casual talk through this whole time. Just everything got derailed from the hime kato.
まあ、そういう日もあるよね。It
ま
happens.
あでもい
It
いんじゃない
happens. It's
こ
okay.
ういうの。
そう。
Yeah, I
ゆ
didn't
る
want
ゆる。
Yeah, I really want this podcast to really just be a check-in
うんうんう
every
ん。
week and just hang out with us.
うん
So
うんうん。with everyone.
yeah, I
And
hope you
just
guys like this style. Why don't we do our actual wrap up then?
the actual outro.
Yeah, go
ア
ahead.
ウトロなくない
Outro あったっけ?
だって
By
あ
the
れ
way,
も
we don't have
next topic.
yeah, we don't have our next topic. So if you guys have
ア
any
ウトロない。
suggestions for
Yeah.
next topics and stuff, use the hashtag RRJapanLife
うん
on
うん。
Twitter, on Instagram, on I don't know how you would use it on
まあ、Twitter
Instagram.
じゃない。Maybe on Twitter. Yes. Please use the hashtag. Or just tag our accounts on Instagram on your story or something. If you have any questions or requests. とかかな。
Shakes fist that Himeka trend. It's good, it's good, it's coming back. It's coming back. That's great. Actually, I don't know if it ever left, but
Well, today's
if it-
topic should have been Himekat.
it never left Japan at least, but it's great that people are picking it up around the world. I guess thanks to Prada
I guess
and
so.
maybe Share. Oh my gosh. I think I'm just gonna tweet out the whole like
You
an
should.
extreme version of a
Extreme
mullet.
mullet.
Oh no.
違う、絶対違う。絶対違う。ああ、面白い。That was
Oh my
so
gosh.
fun.
Oh my
いやー、
gosh.
面白かった。
Okay, so if you guys
Extreme
have
mullet.
any comments and questions and topic
うん
ideas, use the hashtag
うん。
our
Japan
Japan
life.
life. Yeah, we don't know what we're gonna do next week, but we'll figure it out. So
Yes,
yeah,
so
thank you
make
guys
sure
so
to
much
follow
for
us,
joining. Yeah.
うんうん。
I think I opened. By the way, I think I opened super chats. So
おお、そうだね。
ね、なんか there's a little. Oh, you have a dollar mark? I have a yen
うんうん。
mark.
あ、すごい。Depending on the country, yes, it's different.
Yep, just heads up if you guys want to.
うん、
Now
support
there's the
us.
option to. I had no idea I had to go and switch something on for that. It shows you how much I know about live streaming here. Seriously, oh my goodness. So by the way, this last
何
thing.
まだ続く。
Cause like I didn't know anything about super chats, right? So I just know they existed, but I didn't know how to use it or how it went because I never
you used it.
received. I don't think I've ever received a super chat before.
Because it
So
was
I was-
never on.
It was never on. Yeah. But so I was thinking in the back of my head, I was like, okay, we've been doing YouTube for a long time now. How is it that super chat is such a new concept? At least to me, I thought I was just like being dumb and not really understanding how live stream works. And then just immediately after that, after having that thought, I was watching YouTube, and then one of the commercials was one of the Japanese commercials was, this Golden Week, spend time with all your favorite YouTubers. They're all going to be live streaming. By the way, there's super chat. super chat 使いましょう let's use super chat and I was like you see nobody knows how to use super chat here, nobody even knows it exists, so no wonder nobody like really like there's a lot of different live streaming platforms here in Japan. At least there's a lot of popular ones like there's Suikasu, which is Twitter.
そうだね。
And that one does a lot of the whole like donation. You can send in super chats.
ショールームとかもね。
Yeah, showroom とか、あと there's 17 live, which is more like more live streaming stuff. あとなんだ? I get contacted by a lot of them, but then like I'm just like they would offer to pay like a salary and all that stuff, and I'm just like all right, and then they would throw in a weird caveat saying like, by the way, if you cosplay you get extra money, we'll pay you an extra like $20 or $50 a week. And I was like, no thank you. And I was like, I don't have any cosplay. And they were like, you wear Lolita. I was like, oh no, that's the worst. Cosplay. I was like, oh no thank you. Thank you for your offer, but no thank you.
No,
please.
Big no.
Please. Like, I'm not against people mistaking Lolita as cosplay, because it's just a process of getting to know. Yeah, but when you start offering monetary bonuses for cosplay, when the whole aspect is for you to, I don't know, there's like a weird feeling around that. Like, I was like, okay, that way then you're purposefully making Lolita a character, you know. And that part I'm just like, that's not great, because I'm myself, right? I'm not pretending to be something, which is the whole that's the whole like idea that they want to pay you for, is that they want you to pretend to be something, right? So I'm just like, no thank you, but no thank you. Goodbye.
そうなんだ. You get paid more if you dress up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Because it's gonna catch more people's attention.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly what Lee Spitten is saying. Lolita is not a costume. Definitely. I mean, it definitely is like different than the norm.
Fashion.
Yeah, it's a style of, it's a subset of fashion and a street style, you know. But
it's
like,
funny because I feel like in Japan, no one says Gyaru is a cosplay, or Harajuku style is cosplay, but then people think Lolita is cosplay in Japan.
I do think there's still that whole fetish around it, so that's why they're like, oh, please wear costume, please cosplay, please wear Lolita. And it's just like, oh no, I don't wear Lolita for that reason. I think that's why I was super upset with that. But like, ippano, if somebody just approaches me and says, I love your costume, or oh, I love your cosplay, or like, what cosplay is it, or what costume is it, then I would be like, oh, I'm me, kind of thing. And that's, you know, that's how you deal with that, you know. Yeah, it's just a process of learning about something new. But when it's like, when it's like for a purpose of like something else, I don't know, like, I want to stay as far away from that as possible. Fifth Dream says it kind of turns Lolita into just a costume rather than a style and something that you enjoy. Exactly. Like, they want you to dress it for people on their app. So that's like, you didn't have to ask it.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah. Like, you didn't have to ask, and the fact that you're asking makes the whole app look really yeah, I mean, it's fine if you want to do it for that, like, use the app for what they offer, but like, to me, that's not what I dress for, you know. I don't dress for money, so that's the whole like thing. Yeah, exactly. So I'd rather not be specifically paid for that part. ね。I mean, like when you're attractive or interesting looking, people give you more attention. Whether that's good or bad is a whole other discussion. Exactly. Yeah. You can't really make other people think a certain way. So your reaction to everybody's first reaction is more important, I think, on how people learn about new styles or new cultures and things like that. Yeah, so definitely that was totally off topic. Again. All right, cool. All right, good talk.
It was longer than usual today.
Yeah,
So please make sure to follow me and RinRin's Twitter and Instagram so we can give you the updates for the next streaming. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. To get the notification.
And the whole update that super chat is on, apparently. Yes. I don't know. I haven't tried it out yet.
So if anyone enjoyed our streaming demo, it's not a must.
Yeah, it would be appreciated.
Only if you want to. So
thank you guys so much for joining.
Thank you so much. ありがとう。
Okay, have a good week, you guys.
じゃあね、おやすみなさい。
バイバイ。